Hey, good morning everybody. How are you? My name is attorney Charles Zavala here from beautiful Houston, Texas. Today is June 21st, 2022. We are an immigration law firm. A law firm is called Zavala, Texas Law, and we handle all immigration cases. We also do criminal defense cases here in Texas as well as business cases. Normally we do these videos answering questions you all may have or news that's recently been coming out with immigration. So if you like our videos, you think it's helpful, or you think someone could benefit, feel free to subscribe. I actually think the subscribe button's over here, and you can follow all our videos. Normally we try to give it to you piecemeal, not so it's very difficult to understand. I try to give it in as if we were just talking, having a drink of coffee. So today's video is going to be a question that I've been getting. I've been asking you guys for topics, and one of the questions I get a lot is, what's the difference between a U.S. citizen and a green card holder? Okay, so I'm gonna try to give it to you in the most simplest way, and then I'll try to give you a little bit more detail. But ultimately this, a U.S. citizen, or let's look at it like kind of a pyramid, right? A U.S. citizen is the top of the immigration food chain, right? When you are a U.S. citizen, that means you have all the rights that somebody has as if they were born here. So if somebody came from another country and they want to become a U.S. citizen, assuming they can, they have to go through some steps first to acquire that citizenship. But once they get to that citizenship, they have full rights, and those rights cannot be taken away. So you ask yourself, well, what can a citizen do? Let's say I'm from, here you go, got this, Paraguay. Let's say I'm from Paraguay, right? And I want to become a citizen. What do I have to do? Well, you can't just go straight from being from another country directly to a citizen. First, you have to stop in the middle place. It's called a green card, or a legal permanent resident. And I'll explain that in a bit. But to become a citizen, once you become a citizen, you will have to submit paperwork. It's called the N-400. Don't worry about the form number. But what it is it's paperwork, and then you have to establish that you have all the prerequisites to become a citizen in the USA. And those prerequisites are, you have to be a green card holder first. Remember, you can't jump directly to become a citizen. So once you do become a citizen, you'll have to submit paperwork, you'll have to go to an interview, you'll have to take a test, all that stuff. It's easy, don't worry about it. If you study, you'll be fine. But once you do all that, once you become a citizen, what are the benefits? A lot of people ask. Well, the biggest benefit I say is you can no longer be deported, right? So let's pretend I am from Paraguay and I become a citizen, right? No questions asked, I'm now a citizen. Let's pretend I did the worst sort of crime that's possible, right? I don't know what it is. I cannot be deported for that. I will still have to go to jail, and I'll still have to do my time, but I will no longer be deported, which is a big difference between green card holders. When you have a green card or you have a visa, you are still subject to deportation if you commit certain crimes, right? So that's a really big thing about being a citizen. You are no longer deportable. That's one. Number two is that you can now vote. A lot of people want to vote, but you can't vote unless you're a citizen, right? So that's important. Third one that I think is a really big advantage is when you are a citizen, you can now petition to you can now petition to bring your family members over from another country. You could also do that if you have your green card, but when you're a citizen, there's different categories that you now have access to, which could be a little bit better. So for example, let's pretend I am a US citizen and my wife is from Paraguay and I want to bring her here. I can do that, and it's going to, I'm kind of in a certain category that makes it a little bit better. So let me see here. So that is being a citizen, right? And they cannot take that away from you, which is nice, right? You don't have to worry about that. So that is what a citizen can be. The other thing is a green card. What's a green card holder? Legal permanent resident. So a legal permanent resident is the step you have to do before you become a citizen. So up here we have citizen. The next step below that is a green card holder. And that one it's a little bit trickier because there's lots of ways you can become a green card holder. You can become one through work, you can become one through marriage, you can become one through family, you could get one through asylum, you can get one through a U visa. There's a lot of ways that you can, they all kind of feed into it, and then you can get your green card. So there's a lot of different ways to get it to reach here, which is green card status. So then once you get into green card status, then you can now apply for citizenship once the time has come. Usually you have to have your green card for 5 years, and then you can apply for citizenship. Or if you are married to a U.S. citizen, you have to be married to them for 3 years, and then you can apply for your citizenship. So with the green card, what do you get? Well, with the green card, it stands for legal permanent resident. And the name is pretty spot on. So you're allowed to legally live here in the USA permanently. right? So you can work here, you can have your family here, you can have your house here, no problems. The only thing is the USA has a few conditions. They say, look, if you want to have a green card and you want to be a legal permanent resident, you have to kind of live here in the USA. You can't be away all the time. You can't be in Paraguay all the time, right? You can't say, oh, I want to live in the USA, be a legal permanent resident, but then never be in the USA. So there's a rule with immigration that if you're going to be outside of the country for more than 180 days, you need to let them know. Because what immigration will say is, they'll say, oh, well, you were gone out, so we're going to assume that you abandoned your green card, which isn't true. Sometimes people go for many reasons. So that is one thing about being a permanent resident. You are allowed to live here, but there are still some conditions. Number 2, criminal record. If you get arrested for a certain type of crimes and you are found guilty, they can deport you if you have a green card. Okay, so that's a really big thing that I tell a lot of my clients who are eligible for citizenship. Let's apply for citizenship because they can no longer deport you. I'm not claiming my clients are criminals, but I'm just saying if there ever is a situation, that is something we no longer have to worry about. So with a green card, they can still deport you if you commit certain crimes. When you're a green card holder, you are allowed to bring family members over, such as your spouse or your children, things along those lines. You are in a different category though, so you do have to look at the visa bulletin to find out how long it's taking. That's always changing. But let me see here. As a resident, let me see here, you are not allowed to vote. You cannot vote. You can get in trouble with that. You can own guns if you're in a state that doesn't have any rules strictly prohibiting it, but I do think that doesn't. You are allowed to own guns. What else? You are allowed to work. There's no problem. Normally times a green card is valid for 10 years. So they give you a little card, looks like a library card. It's got your face and it says it's your green card. Well, it used to be green. That's why they called it green card. But it's valid for 10 years. So that doesn't mean that at the end of 10 years, oh, you're no longer a resident. No, you're still a resident. You just need to renew your card. Just like anything else, you just need to renew it, file paperwork, and send it off. And then they'll send you a new one, and then you got a new shiny card for 10 years. But remember, after 5 years, you can become a citizen, or after 3 years of being married to a citizen, you can then apply to become a citizen. So those are the two main difference between a citizen and a green card holder. First, you have to become a green card holder, and then you can apply for citizenship. A green card holder can apply for certain family members, but they could also still be deported, and if they're outside of the country for too long, immigration could deem them abandoned. Once you get to citizenship, you cannot be deported anymore. You can still go to jail if you commit certain crimes, but your deportation is no longer an issue. And then you can ask for family members, you can ask for votes, or you can now vote, things along those lines. So those are in a nutshell, the difference between green card and citizenship. You need your green card before citizenship. Citizenship comes with a few more liberties. But step one, like I tell all my clients, everyone's trying to find a way to get the green card first, right? So that's what we need to figure out. Once we get the green card, then it's just a matter of time and keeping your record clean before we apply for citizenship. So I hope this video was helpful to tell you the difference between the citizenship and a green card. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is right here on the screen. The appointments will be with me personally via phone, and I'm more than happy to answer any sort of questions you have and figure out if there's a way that we can either help you with your residency or your green card. So if you all have any questions, feel free to give us a call, or you can click the link in the description and schedule an appointment with me. My name is Attorney Charles Zavala. Thank you, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye.